Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Lilly Sketchpad, brought to you by Force One Studios. I am your host, Tom Lilly. I just wanted to thank you very much for joining me today. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible, an entertaining video, because I'm not doing any artwork in this particular video, but I am explaining what's going on and what has been happening and why you haven't seen me a whole lot lately. As I said before in the previous video to this one, I have been doing a lot of production work, behind the scenes stuff, learning the OBS operating software, live streaming. It's a free software. You can download it on the internet, off of the internet. It's really great, really handy, and really useful. But you are going to need a learning curve. You're going to have to learn it. I had to learn it, and still learning a lot about it, but I'm making things better, as you can tell by my intro. I just recently did that one. Hope you guys like it. I'm going to be adding to that intro video and possibly having a wrap-up portion to the ending of the show. I want to take my logo and do something a little special with it, and that's going to you'll be seeing that in later videos. My son is actually helping me out with that. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. What's been going on? Okay, what has been going on? Why have I been having all these delays? Well, time constraints. I do apologize. Once again, the time constraints are kicking my butt. One, I have been lately having to share my computer. We have a couple computers in the house, or we did. My wife's computer died. She had a laptop, and she's hard on computers. Oh my God, I bought her so many laptops, but I finally bought her an Apple, and this one's lasted the longest. I bought all those PCs. I'm sorry. I am an avid Apple user. I know everybody looks at me funny. People, you Apple guys are all the same. But to be honest with you, I've never had a computer last me longer. Apple is awesome. It's always lasted me a long time. I'll continue to keep buying Apple because I cannot find a PC computer out there, Dell or otherwise, that lasts as long. And I'm not spending $800, $900, $1,000 to only have to worry about that computer dying within a year to 2 years. And that's what's been happening with these other computers. So I stick with Apple. That's where I go. And I'm going off on a wild tangent about computers, and this is not what this is about. But anyway, we're talking about time constraints. Aside from sharing my computer, the other one is my work schedule. I do have what I call my daytime job, or my job. And I was not really officially part of, but there's this thing called Prime America. My sister was a part of it. Her ex-husband was a part of it, and they tried to get me involved, but they always said their big phrase, and I kind of believe it, is your job just over broke. They keep you just over broke. They dangle that carrot in front of you. You want to keep following it and changing, running along. Get the carrot, get the carrot, get the carrot. But the reality of it is you're always broke. You're always trying to figure out, why am I always running out of money? I'm running out of money. I can't save money for jack. Why? Is because it's just over broke. They keep you they want to feed you just enough to keep you running, keep the wheels turning. So anyway, on another thing is, family obligations. I love my wife and kids. They'll always come first to me. I will never put my wife or my children ever in harm's way for my dream. I almost did that one time, and I regret it to this day. Almost ended up homeless, and I will never do that again to my family. So I am always going to put them first. So when it comes to stuff that needs to be done for the family, stuff that needs to be taken care of, that's where my heart is. That's where I go. Okay. And finally, other things, production delays. Oh, guys, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, just the video intro alone. Do you know I had to try to save that thing 4 times? For some odd reason, I was glitching out. I wasn't doing stuff right. And I think it's because I have a job. And that job, working for SEPTA, is a lot of hours a day. And, just getting there. I mean, I live in Delaware County in Pennsylvania. Okay? And I don't know if you live in Delaware County or have been around Delaware County. Traveling around here is an MFer. It is horrible. Oh, my God. A trip that, according to Google, And according to my maps, it says it should only take me, because I'm only traveling 7 miles, not even 7 miles. A trip that should take me 15 to 20 minutes actually takes me 45 minutes. Sometimes, there's been times where traffic's been so bad around here, it actually takes me almost an hour, especially during the summer, which is coming up. We're in the midst of it. I mean, tomorrow's June. It's May 31st now. Tomorrow's June. And that's when they start construction. They start shutting roads down around here so they can dig up the roads. The water company, gas company, everybody, they're digging up roads, and it just makes things hard. So, and then I got to leave extra time to go to work. So if you add all that in, I'm going from the house 12 hours a day. And then I got to try and get my 8 hours sleep, which usually ends up to me at 6.5 to 7 hours sleep. And then I'm trying, with whatever left over time, I'm trying to take care of my family obligations and also produce this for you guys. Okay. Not that I'm complaining. I love doing this. This is what I want to do. I would love to make enough money from doing this kind of stuff to leave SEPTA and do my own thing. But is that going to happen? I'm not sure. And I'll be honest with you, it's going to take a lot for that to happen, because, I mean, SEPTA's offered me a pension. If I finish up my time, at least to my age, I can walk away with some of a pension. Not a full 30-year pension, but some of a pension, because I started there when I was 40, and retirement age for them, I believe, is 63. And so I'll have 23 years in. I'm probably rolling. Taking off. Customer service to the mass public is hard, especially when you're dealing one-on-one face people, because you get a lot of people cursing you out. It's not fun. But it can be, but it's not always fun, because I changed that. It can be fun, because there are a lot of people that are really cool when they get up on the trolley. That's what I'm operating right now. I wasn't a bus. They're really cool. They say, "Hey Tom, how you doing?" And he's like, "Hey George, how you doing?" I said, one of customers' names. I talk to people. And it's a really great thing. But there's always that one person is having a bad day, and they're looking for somebody to take it out on. And they see a guy with a blue uniform with a patch on his company name. He knows if I act the wrong way or say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, he can call up and get me fired. And that just put the pickle on his sandwich to get someone like me fired. So again, customer service can be hard. But I'm looking to do this for you to make a better product. What we're going to be doing is, what I'm also going to be doing is working on my graphic novels. I mean, I am working on producing graphic novels. Not just graphic novels, but t-shirts based on my art material, and mugs and so forth. I'm going to provide all kinds of paraphernalia. It's going to take time. I'm working on it. I got to build it up slowly. Again, a wife and three sons. Granted, my oldest son is 19, my middle son is 18, which is why I'm actually starting to do this stuff now, because I'm expecting this financial burden to ease up a little bit, so that now I can start putting time into projects that I need to work on. As I said, I tried doing this once before, and social media wasn't what it is today. It wasn't as big. Facebook was big. Instagram just started, and it wasn't even owned by Facebook at the time. Twitter was pretty big, but I trying to do the artwork and work on social media at the same time, and especially since my art skills were lagging at the time. This was around 2010, 2011, 2012, actually 2010, 2011. My art skills were lagging at the time because I put off drawing for so long. I was working at the time before that. I was working in a limousine motor coach company, and I tell you, I was working a lot of hours. When you're working commission, any job you work in commission, and I did that since 1997. Not the limousine motor coach. I started out in as a route sales rep for a linen company, a uniform and linen company. Then I went from there to auto sales, and from there to working in limousine motor coach. Also, I did a little stretch of automotive finance in there. Anything working commission, that's talking about a serious dangling a serious carrot in front of your nose. And I don't care what anybody says. People gonna lie out their butt. The salesman will tell you, "Look, I get this wad of cash I carry that I carry with me. He's just not a good salesman. I'm a much better salesman. I sold 20 some cars. I knew a guy, no joke, sold 25 to 30 cars a month. Every Friday he would come to me and ask me to borrow $5 to get a bagel sandwich. Every Friday, payday." Begging to borrow $5. And I'm like, why don't you spend some of that wad in your pocket? That cash you keep saying that makes you so successful. And the truth, he had to fess up and be honest. That was the same wad he always carries, because there's a saying, people only want to buy from successful people. So he carries this wad. It was a glam wad. It wasn't real. It was fictitious. He kept the same amount of money in his pocket all the time. It wasn't his spending cash. It was for show. That was it. Ridiculous way to live for me. I couldn't take it. After so many years of doing it, I just had to find another way to go. So I did. I was kind of forced to, as a limousine motor coach. When I left that company I was working for, went out of business, and then ended up going over and becoming after trying to do this artwork thing for about a year, and it didn't work out for me. Because as I said, during all that time, those years that I was doing all those other jobs, I spent almost no time doing my artwork, developing my art skills. And you want to try becoming an artist or making a living doing it as an artist and surviving off of nothing else when you haven't done any artwork for a long time? Wow. It was a recipe for disaster. I failed. I failed horribly. And I regret it. And my family suffered for it. And I will never do that again, as I said before. Anyway, so where was I at? And I'm going crazy here. I do apologize. So after that, I went and became a bus driver for a little retirement community in Philadelphia, driving around the city. That's when I really figured out I really don't like driving in the city. But then, of course, my butt went and did what? I joined SEPTA, Southeastern Pennsylvania Transit Authority, which does what? Drives in and around all of Philadelphia. I'm full of bad decisions. I am really full of bad decisions. But it was a good decision in that it provides some security. Okay, there's no such thing as security. There's always risk of failure, always risk of something going on. But I try hard to keep my nose clean, do my job, not cause any trouble, and it's paid off so far. Hopefully it continues to do so. Let's see. Hey, what's going on lately? What's going on? And I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I am reading from my notepad. Yeah, I can't keep all this in the brain. I am just starting. So I grabbed one of my wife's sketchbooks, one of her, not sketchbooks, her little, just like a multiple little notepads, because she likes to keep notes on everything she does, and sets up a schedule using her notebook. Even though I bought her one of these little nifty little contraptions, I bought her one of these. This is a schedule, all right? It's got, you can write your day out. I bought her one of these. I have this one for myself, for my scheduling, but she doesn't use it. She put it to the side, and she loves writing in her notebooks. And so I left it alone. You know, somebody's got got something that's working for them. They don't want to change it, so I figured leave it alone. It was a gift to her, so I bought one for myself, but she's not using it, so I'm using mine. And how you like that? My little thing in there. My Force One Studios logo. Plan your work your plan. And that's what I'm trying to do. I learned that in automotive sales, believe it or not. That's where that came from. Automotive sales. Plan your work your plan. So some good things came out of that stuff, even though it was a financial burden for me. I actually tried to leave there once before, and I actually had a sales manager get very upset at me for leaving the dealership. And I asked him, I was like, Tom, his name was Tom as well. My name's Tom, his name was Tom as well. I was like, Tom, why are you so upset that I'm leaving? I'm not your best salesman. I mean, I averaged 8 to 12 cars. My best sales month was 15 cars. Why are you so upset that I'm leaving? And you know what he actually told me? And I actually consider this the greatest compliment in the world. He goes like this. He goes, Tom, you're a genuinely good guy. And in an industry like this, we need genuinely good guys. And you're making enough to get by. And I hate to lose a really nice guy. And warmed my heart. Made me feel good to hear somebody say that. I mean, and some of my customers, most of my customers felt the same way. I had, everybody always have one or two that doesn't agree. And, I had one poor lady, I sold her a car, and I was told by the shop and by the dealership that this car had just been serviced, full oil change, all that, new tires, and she was buying a car for her son. It was 9 months later. It showed in the records. It had a brake job. She called me up 9 months later, cursing me out because her son took the car to an auto mechanic, and the auto mechanic changed the oil in the car. Said the oil was black, and that the brake shoes were non-existent. That the brakes were gone. Okay, well, first of all, she bought her son a little tiny sports car, like Toyota sports car. I think it was a Celica or something like that. I'm trying to remember, but she bought her son a little hot rod sports car. It was a 2-seater. Okay, I remember what I was like when I was a teenager. Brake shoes gone in 9 months. She's lucky they weren't gone in 3. Hello, how did? One of my friends used to he got into like 4 or 5 accidents because he drove around a little Toyota Celica, 1977 Toyota Celica. Okay, that thing, it was a little 2-seater. Well, actually, it had a little bench seat in the back, but it was a 2-door, and he was going around like a madman in that thing. He took off like a rocket. If his parents knew what he was doing in that car when they weren't around, they probably would have taken it away from him because he was a nutcase. So anyway, sorry, Chris. If you're watching this video, sorry, didn't mean to air your dirty laundry out out into the world. So, where are we going here? Okay. What have I been doing? I've been working on my script. Okay, because I have not been able to do a whole lot of artwork aside from trying to do these overlays that you're seeing on here and doing that kind of work. I have been putting some time into a little bit of artwork. Hold on. I hate to do this. I always swear I'd have everything set up before I started my video, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this out for you guys so you guys can see this. Again, bear with me. I do apologize. Hold on. Pull this out of my bag here. All right. So I'm going to need this anyway because this has got my art stuff that I still use even in the house. That's my little art pouch. Cool little thing. Bought it on Amazon. It was like $10. Keeps all my art supplies in it that I use at work. See? Nifty little pouch. It's small enough to keep in my book bag, and it's what I use while I'm at work. So anyway, it's a cool little thing. But anyway, what I really wanted to show you was this big monster. This is, it was partially handmade by me. What I did, really, people think I was nuts. They think it's cool when they look at it. They're like, it looks like the Book of the Dead, the Grimoire. It kind of what I was going for, my grimoire of art. But then I found out grimoire really means magic. So not really magic. I'm not into magic. Well, actually, I'm into stories about magic. Yeah, I like it. But I'm also a big believer in God. So I tread lightly when it comes to stuff like that. And it's okay if you don't believe in God. I'm not saying I don't push I don't destroy other people's ideology. I have a belief that my hope is if I respect your beliefs, you will respect mine. So anyway, this is my sketchbook. And what I did was I bought this thing called the Very Big Sketchbook from Amazon. I believe it cost me like about $25. And what I did was I had some faux leather that I bought a couple of years ago, with the idea that I was going to do some stuff with it. I forget what I was going to do. There was a project I was working on, and I bought a couple yards of it. And so I decided what I decided to do is I pulled it out of the basement because it's still sitting in the box, and I didn't use a whole lot of it. So I went ahead and I bought the minimum. It was a couple of yards, like about 3 yards or something, like 2 yards or something like that. And I went ahead and I was like, I might as well use it. I can use this on this. And I went and created this thing. This thing, believe it or not, is hand stitched. All I did was I went and spray glued the outside, adhered the leather to it, and then I went and hand stitched all these corners here. If you can see that, that's all hand stitched in there. And then I put this little this little snap in here. I made this flap from a piece of leather. I hand stitched that, and I did all this wonderful little stuff to this. Now, this is not something I've done recently. As you can see, this book looks pretty beat up. It's because I've been carrying it for about 2 months. Okay, probably a little longer. I have not been drawing it as much as I want to. I'm trying to do more artwork at home, and SEPTA's really getting. What I used to do a lot of was I would collect fairs. While I was collecting fairs, I draw my sketchbook. Great idea, does work. Gives me, but the time's been getting less and less. Like between trips, what I mean, time between trips. Like I take a trip up to media. When I'm up in media, I'm literally up in media for 3 minutes. I got just enough of time to shut the trolley off, because it's a double-sided trolley. It operates from 2 sides because we have a single track at one section. We go all the way up to end Orange Street at Media. I have just enough time to shut down to one side, grab my stuff, move to the other side of the trolley, start the trolley up, put all my stuff away, load my passengers, collect the fares, and I'm usually, even with that, I'm pulling off about 1-2 minutes late. And some people get upset, but I can't. SEPTA's trying to keep the time down to as minimal as possible. I understand cost efficiency. Also people complain about things taking so long. Why is SEPTA's schedule so they don't run every 10 minutes like they do in the city, because we're out in the county, and it takes so long to get from point A to point B. So they're trying to appease too many people, but sometimes it makes it difficult for us operators to do the job. But I'm getting paid money to do it. I can't. I got to accept it. Can't complain about it. So anyway, this is my sketchbook. So you guys understand what I am sketching. This is something I did recently. There you go. That was something I did in my sketchbook recently. I was just messing around, and I wanted to draw a female character, and then I went in with I carry some markers in my bag at work, and I went and did this. I mean, it's not the greatest piece in the world, but hey, it works. It's nice. I guess it's nice. People liked it. Stuff like that. I do stuff like that when I'm at work. I just doodling, sketching. Ooh, you'll like this one. Character Temple. I'm just doing him screaming. Now, I don't like I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really liking the way this turned out. Kind of doesn't work for me. And that autonomy-wise, anatomy-wise, it's not correct. It's okay, but it's amateur hour. His neck, this all back here should be further up over his head. You know what I mean? And it should look more 3-dimensional. And it doesn't to me. It looks kind of flat. And the reason why is because I brought the neck down brought the shoulders down too low from the head. But it's a sketch. This is where you make your mistakes and make your practices and do better. Oh, like that little Spider-Man right there. Again, these are just my sketches. I think I took a photo of this to show this on Instagram. There you go. There's the original. Again, that's the same character as Temple going up against some werewolves. Again, at work sketch, taking 5-10 minutes here and there doing stuff, and I just this thing maybe total altogether took me about an hour and a half to draw if I added all the time together. Of course, that's part of trying to get fast, make myself faster, is when I'm doing these sketches for 5-10 minutes. It's going to make me faster when I'm trying to produce the graphic novel. And I'm going to need to be fast because I'm going to be trying to fit this all in while I'm, excuse me, I'm trying to fit all that in while I'm working a full-time job and taking care of my family. Again, my two older sons are getting old enough now where they can start taking care of themselves more often, which is going to make my life a little easier. But I still have one that's going in the 9th grade next year. So, fun times for the old Lilly household. Anyway, back to it. Also, the other thing I'm working on is character development and deciding what characters. I have a whole 20 years worth of characters. 20 years worth of characters. Let me say this again. 20 years of worth of characters. I created literally an encyclopedia, a Word document here, a encyclopedia of all my characters and all my ideas. Some of them drawn out. I put little thumbnails of the drawing next to it in this Microsoft Word document of the character. I'm probably going to publish that one day. I'm going to make that's going to be like a really cool thing. Maybe because it's all, it's all the characters dealing with this one universe, the universe that Temple's in. Because I actually have other universes that that I will be publishing as well that have nothing to do with this story arc. They're completely different. All like another world stuff, and that I'll be publishing that as time goes on as well. But everything that deals with this particular universe that Temple is in, that his two brothers are in. Again, I'll reveal their names later. I can't reveal their names right now, but you'll see them. I'll be breaking them down too. But all those characters I haven't broken down. There's 20 years worth of characters from all different walks of life, right? But believe it or not, for Solomon's Temple, I'm still adding and creating more characters. I'll give you an example. Here's one for you. Rummy, his nickname is Rummy, right? Ephraim Clark. His name's Ephraim Clark. And he's a baddie. He's a werewolf. Okay? But it explains why he is. These little note cards that I explains why he is what he is. I mean, so you understand. Before he was a werewolf, he was actually a janitor. He was actually a janitor. Before he was a werewolf, he was actually a janitor at a prestigious university hospital in London. Okay? He always wanted to be a surgeon, but couldn't afford to go to school. Okay? Stuff like that. Also, he was born to a prostitute mother. His mother was a prostitute. Didn't know what his father was. And he wasn't born in a hospital. He was born, believe it or not, in a bar. And it was a barkeep who helped the birthing process. And the barkeep was actually the one who named him Rummy. That was his name. His Ephraim Clark name came after that. And I'll get into more detail about that when I'm actually drawing the character. I don't want to give too much away. But there's another character. I don't know if you guys heard of Baphomet. Okay, because this is actually kind of a religious story. It's fictional, but it's based off of religion. I said Temple himself is a character, is a soldier of God. Okay, so a whole lot of religious aspects, all religions, and this is just not Christian. I'm including Islam in there, and I'm also including Hebrew in there because the three of them have to work together. The three religions have to work together. God's law, he wants the three religions to work together. They call themselves the Temple organization, or said the Temple they call themselves the children of Abraham, because they're the children. They're the descendants from the religion from the God of Abraham, Abraham's tribe. The three religions. You got Christianity. I say Christianity first only because I'm a Christian, but I'll start in chronological order. Hebrew, Christianity, then Islam. Okay, so you got those three faiths, and they work together. And basically, one takes over the mantle of Temple. God chooses which one's going to be the next one, whether it's going to be from Islam, whether it's going to be from Christianity, or whether it's going to be from Hebrew. Okay, which one is the what's called the ordained, born ordained by God to become the next temple, and there's a process how that comes about. And I'll get into more detail as we go on, as I'm writing the story on that one, because I want you guys all involved in this. Okay, but then I have this. So anyway, there's a and I changed the name only because I don't want to piss people off. Yeah, Baphomet apparently in old Christian text was used as the it was used or is used as the idol of Satan, and the current apparently Satan worshippers or the satanic religion right now that's out there, they use it as their idols, Baphomet, and they say it has nothing to do with Satan. It's the old ancient god, and they say they just don't believe in God. They believe in, I guess, anarchy. I don't know what. I really don't touch too much on it, but I changed the name on this one to Baphomet, and the reason why Baphomet basically is give you a little. I'll go into more detail, but basically he's a Forsaken. But he in my story he's a Forsaken, but he basically possesses some people, or he possesses a certain person. He possessed a certain person, and because. And I'll go again. I don't want to get too much away because I'll be drawing this character, and I want to describe him in more detail as I'm drawing him. But he basically, and usually when a Forsaken possesses a person, that person, if not that Forsaken demon is not exorcised from the person, that person will die. The reason why is because it's consuming everything about them. It's eating away at their body. It's destroying their body. That possessing demon destroys them from the inside out. So eventually they have to either be exorcised by a priest or by a holy man. If not, the person eventually will die. And that's what that happens with the Forsaken. Well, in this case, this particular Forsaken figure out a way to possess a person and keep them alive and stay in this body, but it has a adverse effect. Causes him to change and metamorphosize into something different that doesn't look human. And again, that's where I'll leave it off on that one. I also have another. I'll say that one. So I'm not really sure of that one, but there's definitely going to be another character that's attached to Rummy or Ephraim, and that's going to be Delilah. Her name's Delilah Zeal, romantic interest. I'll get into more detail of that again when I'm drawing her. Then there's another character called Lucius. Another baddie. These are all baddies. These are bad guys. Lucius is. I'll get into more detail as I'm drawing him because he's actually going to change quite a bit throughout the story. So you're going to see different versions of him. So anyway, then you also have your goodies. Okay, Ibrahim, the first temple who trained Callan, who becomes the next temple after Ibrahim, and then you're going to also have, as I said before, you're going to have Asia. Asia is it's spelled Aasia. I guess you could say it. Pronounce it Asia. It's hard to figure out. I go with Asia more than anything. How to pronounce it, but basically how I looked it up because she's Muslim faith. So I looked up Muslim names, and because she's from the Middle East, so I wanted to find a really cool name, and her name means hope, and that's why I chose that name. I really got a kick out of that. So anyway, as I say, character development, working on developing these characters. Some of them are new. Some of them have been in my story, already in my encyclopedia database because I've already plotted them out. But there's sub stuff going on there, and I'm adding stuff and pulling stuff out. This is my cards that I'm working on right now, and I write new ones, pull stuff out, and these are just plot lines for some of the stories. Let's see. I'll give you a little taste of what's going on. So we already know All right, well, I'll go with this one because you already know that Ibrahim, Colin's going to take over for Ibrahim. But here we go. Ibrahim takes Colin out to hunt a possible revenant-led pack of werewolves, terrorizing local villages in Somalia, pretending to be insurgent forces. That's when, I guess you say when, that's what, at that point, Colin's not a temple. He's a pupil learning to become a temple when his predecessor can no longer do the job. And usually that happens when his predecessor dies. Not in this case. Again, I don't want to give too much away. I want you to follow the story. It's going to be really, really good. I'm going to make it really worth your while. Okay, what else? Let's see. Okay, as I said before, this little tiny universe is going to have other books attached to it because some of the characters that are going to be introduced into this story and into this universe, I think deserve their own books. They're just so interesting. Okay, they're going to have their own books. They're going to be attached, but not part of this main story, or not truly the main focus of this story. I'm going to develop, so you guys understand, in this universe, and I don't want to give the universe's name, because it's going to be like blah blah. I can tell you this: it's going to have a subtitle. It's going to be blah blah. Solomon's Temple. Okay. So anyway, the first book, blah blah blah, Solomon's Temple. Dude, I gotta draw you in. I'm sorry, I'm torturing you, but for you to find out more, you gotta come back. That's the way it's gonna be. I gotta find ways, little gimmicks to get you guys to come back and watch my videos. So, and try to make it entertaining for you. I don't want to be too boring. Okay, so I'm trying to be whimsical, funny, I guess, and I'm better doing that when I'm talking to people. And these are pre-recorded videos, so it's a little different for me. And you got to be natural at it, and I'll get comfortable and more natural at it as time goes on. I promise it will get better. So anyway, as I said before, this particular character's temple, Solomon's Temple, is going to have 3 books, but he's going to show up in other books that deal with the same story arc. The total story arc is going to be 9 books. His is going to be a 3. He's going to have a brother that's going to have his 3, and he has another younger brother, the youngest brother. I should say the 2 younger brothers are half brothers, but each of them are going to have 3 books, and all of them deal with this long story arc that's going to lead up to the final 3 books. The final 3 books. So you're going to have a total of 12 books. Okay, the final 3 books are going to be a collective of the 3 main characters, plus bringing in those other characters from these other stories, and they're the ones that are going to deserve their own storylines. I am going to give them. There's going to be a couple of them who's going to have their own storyline, but it's probably going to be a one-off book. I don't plan on making like 3 books of those because they're not the main focus. The main focus is the 3 brothers, and they're going to be basically saving the universe. They're saving the world, saving the earth type deal. Okay, but anyway, so that's giving you a basic idea of what's going on. Now, I have this new thing going on. I plan on introducing in here. And give me a moment. I've got to put this up here, and we're going to do this little transition thing. I'm calling this my Books to Back segment. You guys have got to check this out. All right, here we go. How you like that? I love OBS. The more I learn about it, the better it is. If you look over here, I'm putting my fingers up at the top. These are 3 guys that I've followed. They're independents. They are really good guys. I watch their videos a lot. Okay? They basically, and their shows are entertaining. They are entertaining. I've watched the first one down here at the bottom is Elliot Fernandez. He's also known as Jerkmonder. I've followed this guy for it's got to be 3-4 years now. It's really good. I preach I preach his name a lot to a lot of people. To be artists that I talk to come up and say, hey man, where'd you learn? Who taught you this? What you doing? And stuff like that. And I said, listen, you want to learn from somebody that you can really learn from is you want to learn from Elliot Fernandez. Watch him, Jerkmonger. He's on Instagram. He is on Facebook. He was on YouTube. He's currently got a YouTube ban strike. Doesn't sound legitimate. Because he still can't get the truth out of why he got the strike. They think it was a third party company out in Spain somewhere or something like that. That throw out one of them companies that's like, hey, we found somebody using your material on YouTube, and we put a strike against these companies. Pay us this much money, and we keep monitoring your material. But the thing was, the thing he was wrong. He thinks he got a strike on him again. He's not sure because YouTube is not being fair about it and not telling him what it was about, which I think is really wrong. I'm hearing a lot of people complain about YouTube. YouTube, get your act together because you're going to lose. People stop believing in you. They stop using you. They will find somewhere else, and somebody else will develop something that will put you out. Trust me, it happens all day long. Look at Walmart. Walmart's going down. I'm sorry. I go to Walmart now. I don't shop at Walmart anymore. You know why? Because their quality is diminished. I go in the store to stuff. There's no product there, and the product you do buy is crap. Try to save money. Try to make themselves more cost effective. And it's one of the same models. When you get too big, your ego gets too high, and you think nobody can go anywhere else. Eventually, the fall happens. I hope it doesn't happen with Amazon. I love Amazon. Amazon's great. I shop on Amazon all the time. That's where I go to now. I don't shop at Walmart. I shop on Amazon. Why? Because Amazon works for me right now. Although I am starting to hear some complaints from some people about Amazon, and I hope that's not true. They're doing really awesome. It works for me. So anyway, YouTube, be on the lookout. Start being a little bit more proactive. Figure out some way because, hello, you get one of the deals, you get too big. Start getting too cocky, start falling asleep at the wheel. Somebody comes along and takes your shot, takes your business. That's what happened with Instagram. Start taking it away from Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Twitter is not as big a deal anymore. Of course, then Facebook being ever smart and bought Instagram. It's like, hey, Instagram's getting big. We need to get in on this. We're gonna buy this bad boy, and they bought it. And don't blame Instagram owners for doing that. You get offered that kind of money. Why not? Cash out and live your life in luxury. Hello. So anyway, it's a capitalistic way, right? So anyway, where are we going with this? Oh yeah, books to follow. My books to follow segment. I do apologize. I go off on tangents. Anyway, these guys over here, my books to follow. At the top, Doug TeNapel. Funny guy. Apparently controversial. I haven't found a whole lot of things controversial about him. He has some opinions, some ideas, and ones I don't like, I just throw off my back. Hey, be a duck. Let that shit be like water. Roll off your back. I apologize for the curse word. I learned that from a sales manager. I got frustrated because somebody was acting like a total butt wipe to me, and I was angry, and I was letting it burn me up. And my sales manager came and talked to me. He's like, "What's going on, man? You're not your usual happy self?" And I told him what was going on. He says, man, you're dealing with public, you're dealing with people, and sometimes not everybody's the nicest a person. So what you got to learn to do is you got to learn to be a duck." And I was like, "Learn to be a duck? What do you mean, learn to be a duck?" Learn to be a duck. Let that crap roll off your back like water. Ducks waterproof, right? Water lands on them, it just rolls off. The water just rolls off of their feathers and rolls off of them. So be a duck. Let that crap roll off your back like water. I love that saying. Still use that today. And I try to remind myself because it's hard. We're human. We're fallible. It's hard to remind yourself of that, to do that. But if you can be successful at it. You'd be a much happier person. Look at me. I'm 47 years old. I'm almost 50. And I keep telling black people all the time, dude, you do not look 50 years old. You do not look like you're almost 50 years old. And I was like, it's because I tried over years to find a way to let the stress roll off of me. You cannot be stressed out. you're going to be stressed out. Stress is a killer. It's going to kill you. No, it has an adverse effect on you. You're angry and hostile all the time. It has an adverse effect on your body, and those people inevitably start coming down with a lot of illnesses. Now, I do have pent up issues. I mean, look at me. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I'm fat. I'm a big guy. All right, so I'm penting up stuff. There's no doubt about it. But I try not to pent it up too much. So, my suggestion to you is try to find a way to deal. All right. Let it go. So anyway, back to what I was saying. They're saying Doug. I've heard Doug Teepublic talks about it, and apparently some people on Twitter said we don't like Doug. We don't like Doug because he's very vocal, very vocal about what he believes, and that's cool. Again, but he's talented. He's awesome. I've seen from what I've seen of his work, what I've heard about his work, good stuff. I enjoy it. So. If you want to, follow him. He is currently running a campaign for Earthworm Jim. If you guys remember that video game, awesome video game, fun video game, Earthworm Jim comic book, right there on Indigo. There's the link. You got https://igg.me/Earthworm Jim Comics /X/19317704 #. So follow him, or better yet, be involved in the campaign. He loves people coming into his campaigns. Awesome stuff. Guys, we got to keep this indie movement going. Got to keep it moving. Okay, got to keep it going. So definitely, you're going to want to follow this man. Follow this man, like, share. You're also going to want to get involved in his campaign. The reason why he's at the top of the list because he's only got right now currently 43 more days on Indiegogo. And if you don't get involved in this storyline or get involved in this project, you're going to regret it. He just came out with another one, Bigfoot Bill. And that became huge. I didn't know about him that much at the time, and I didn't get involved. And I'm going to be honest with you, I regret it. The books are valuable. And from what I've heard from everybody, they're really entertaining stories. When he does, really entertaining story. When he does come out with a paperback version, I think he said he might be coming back with a paperback version in about a year or so. When he does come out with that, I'm buying that. I'm not going to be able to get involved. Too late for the other one. I might. I don't know. I got to right now. I don't have the financial ability to do so, but I've seen some of the stuff on eBay. People selling the hardback issue on eBay. People bought multiple issues. Smart people. I'm not smart. I'm not financially capable, I guess. But eventually, I'll find a way to get my hands on one of them hardback issues because they look sweet. He did a really good job with that book, with the first book, and he plans on doing the same thing. He believes in giving quality. He plans on doing the same thing for this Earthworm Jim book. So get involved now while you can. 43 days left. So again, that's Doug Teepublic. Next one down, we got Brian Shear. Brian Shear used to work for Marvel and DC as an anchor. He's a good artist. Everything I've seen of his work so far, really quality stuff, really awesome stuff. And he's come out with his own book. It's called Gunship Thunder Punch. Again, get involved, like, share, follow him on YouTube, follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook. Awesome guy. Everything I've read, everything I've seen of him so far, I have actually enjoyed and liked. So, again, follow him. Okay. Also, get involved in his book. Guarantee you're going to be happy with it. You're going to like it. I mean, these three guys. The reason why I'm showcasing them is because from everything I've seen, they want to put out quality. I got this black and red book from Elliot Fernandez. Great book. It's a great sketchbook. So it's a little book, and he did a little short Indiegogo thing, and he got I think it was 200, 300, or actually I think it was 1,000 over his funding. He wasn't asking a whole lot of money, but because of that, it funded really well. It did really well. He got 1,000 times more than he was expecting, and it went well for. Pretty sure he said it went well for him. So again, we got to keep this indie movement going. We got to keep going. We got to support each other, and comic books are starting to suffer. Man, the big guys, again, one of the things where you get too big, you don't think innovatively, you start coming up with the same blah, 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 blah stuff, or weak stuff, it starts to affect your sales. And people are losing touch of that. We got the only way we can fight that is by bringing in fresh blood, fresh ideas. You know what I'm saying? And these guys they're going old school. They're using old school storylines. Not blood slash stuff, but using classic storylines, but with a fresh look to it. So definitely, Brian Shearer, support him. Good man. Good quality. I got a feeling he's going to be producing quality stuff. At least I hope so. I believe that. I believe these guys are producing quality stuff. Next up, my main man, Elliot Fernandez, Jerry Monger, guys. Anybody who's following me should be following him. This guy is an incredible artist and very entertaining. His shows have always been entertaining. Lots of followers. Let's put it this way. On Instagram, he's got like over 100,000 people following him. On Instagram, over 100,000 people. And he's trying to do the same thing on YouTube. He started doing YouTube live streams. I said he got a YouTube strike. His first one, couldn't figure out what it was for. But they're trying to build his following now through. He still does stuff on YouTube through Brian Shearer and through Doug TeNapel, but he has his own show, and he posts videos, pre-recorded videos like I'm doing right now on that show. But he doesn't do any live streams yet on there. He's doing live streams on Twitch. He also does. What's it called? D-Live? Yeah. D-Live. He does it. He's currently on D-Live as well. Again, YouTube, get your act together, man, because something's going on. Somebody's playing some games, and y'all just sleeping at the wheel. And from what I understand, YouTube is owned by Google now. So Google, you're falling asleep at the wheel. Are you so much more interested in your search engine? Because your search engine is still awesome, but why did the YouTube quality start to diminish? Good question. Why is it diminishing? From everybody I've talked to, my sons are complaining about YouTube, and they watch stuff on YouTube all the time, and they're complaining about what's going on in YouTube. Eventually, when the complaints become hard enough, people stop following you because somebody else will come out with another product, and you will lose out. Guarantee it. You will lose out. So anyway, I guess what I'm going to be doing with this video after I'm done it, I'm going to be posting it on YouTube. So, all right, no problem. But that's still somebody gives me another platform to work on that I can work with. So watch out. Again, back to Elliot Fernandez. Follow, like, share. Involved in the campaign. You can see his campaign here. https://igg.me/@/doomkicker/@1931774 Get involved in both these three guys' campaigns. Awesome guys. Awesome. I'm pretty sure it's going to be awesome stories. From what I've seen of their work so far, definitely get involved, guys. You're going to not be sorry because you're going to get the best bang for your buck with these three. Okay? That is the end of my back segment. Let me go back to here. I do apologize. Give me one moment. I am a one-man production team. So, back to showing you my little slides of my work. Oops. Let's go back one more. And it disappears. That's me not making sure I looked at my preview screen before I posted to my program screen. But that's okay. Let's go back to my little checklist here, because again, my notes, my little checklist here. Again, need to keep this movement going. And why self-publishing can be very important. Listen, we are in an age where things can get stagnant. Books, printed material is starting to die. But it's still useful, still entertaining, because these things, these computers that you see here, that you're watching me on, can be fallible. And I believe when everything goes to digital, if digital was to fail us, if there was some kind of post-apocalyptic event, not to scare anybody, if it's not printed, where are we going to go to get our resources? Scary thought. Very scary thought. If it's not printed and it's only on digital, where are we going to go get our resources? Scary thought. Anyway, but not only that, but I'm old school. I like being able to go to, ooh, what's new? Oh, fun stuff, right? That's cool. But there's also digital medium. And good thing about those three that I was talking about, Doug Tenable, Brian Chiardelli, Fernandez, is they're all also offering a digital copy. Everybody's offering digital copies of their books. But the physical contact never goes away. I enjoy it. But why can self-publishing be important? Self-publishing can be important for one reason. It offers an avenue for new and fresh ideas, or a reinvention of old ideas that have been lost, something that big companies lose sight of. What's going on? If you think about, look at the movie industry. Everybody's remaking old ideas. And the reason why is because they're too afraid to start new ideas, too afraid to bring in a new, fresh look or a different style, because nobody wants to take the financial risk. It's all about money. It's a money games for these big companies. They take somebody comes up with a new idea. Say, hey guys, they go and present this new idea. And he goes, hey guys, I got this new idea. We should try this. And the company says, okay, we're going to give your new idea a shot. They give the new idea a shot and it fails. That guy's walking out with a brown box full of his junk from the desk he was just fired from. So nobody wants to try anything new in these big companies. So this provides you a way to come out with something new. It provides a way for people to come up with new ideas. It's fresh blood, fresh meat, something new to chew on. I'm a meat eater, so I apologize, vegan people. It provides fresh fruit. You like that one? Fresh fruit, fresh ideas, something new for you to eat for the vegans out there. Okay, so also, we're becoming a global economy, a global market. As a global economy, global market, where people from other countries, these companies are going and hiring these people because everything's done via internet anymore. They're hiring people from other countries. So people here living in the United States that are very good artists, very good writers, have very good ideas, aren't getting a shot, again, because these big companies are worried about the bottom line, worried about the bottom dollar. Okay, and they're going to go where they can hire somebody cheaper to make bigger profit. Less books, more profit, less overhead, more profit, more profit, more profit, more profit. Get the idea? Well, what about the artists? And everybody has got great ideas here, but the standard of living or the cost of living is so much higher. Again, this is a venue or a way for those people to still maintain their living, to keep doing what they love to do. So let's support our local artisans. Okay? Again, Indiegogo, Kickstarter, let's support these people. If you can afford it, go become part of their campaign. They bring you in, they make you a part of it. It's a good idea, good concept, and I'm really starting to dig into this myself. Okay, so that being said, this time I'm getting close to an hour here. It's time to wrap this show up. I'd like to thank everybody for following or watching this video. Please save the video, like the video, follow the video, share my video. Okay, I need more followers. I need people in here. I want you guys to be a part of this great and wild adventure. Once again, I'd like to thank you very much for joining me today. I've got to go. signing off. Have a nice day.